If you're interested in considering a 55 plus community here in South Florida, this is going to be a video for you. In this week's video, we are going to look at the top 3 55 plus communities in Palm Beach, Florida. So 55 plus living in anywhere here in Florida is really unique. It's like a HOA on steroids. You need to know what you're getting yourself into. If you haven't seen it already, not now, but after you're done with this, go look at my pros and cons of 55 plus communities in Florida. That'll give you a good guideline as to what to expect. In this video though, we are going to look at the 3 communities that we get asked the most questions in regards to 55 plus communities here in Palm Beach, Florida. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Realty. Welcome. If this is your first time to our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button there over in the corner. While you're at it, ring that bell. What that'll do is that'll help notify you each time we put out a new video. We put out new videos every single week. So if you're wondering what it's like to eat, sleep, and drink here in South Florida, this is a channel for you. 17 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call Palm Beach and South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honored to help people perhaps like you do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about moving to Florida, anywhere in Florida, and you have questions and you want to get answers from people who've actually done it before, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But really, the 2 best ways is in the description and the comments section. There's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is that'll help set up some time for us to speak, either through a phone call, through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. We've helped so many people relocate to Florida, and we absolutely love it. So there are 3 55 and plus communities that we get asked more than any others here in Palm Beach. Funny thing is about the 3, they're all very different. They're different personalities. And if you feel like you fit in one, you probably don't fit in the other. But there is, I would think between the 3, there is a place for you if you're considering 55 living in Palm Beach. This week, we're going to look at Regency and Avenir. We're going to look at Cresswind in Westlake. And we're going to look at Valencia Grand in Boynton Beach, Delray area. All right, let's get a handle on where we are here with the map, where all these 3 communities are. So this is Southeast Florida, right? The most populated part of Florida. We see a lot of people, if you've seen some of my videos in the past, a lot of people not just moving to here in South Florida from other parts of the country, also in Palm Beach, in this area here, a lot of people moving from Miami and Fort Lauderdale in the lower part of Florida into the Palm Beach County area, as prices one of the things that's dictating that. But let me give you a handle on what the areas we're looking at. And I'll start with Valencia Grand. Valencia Grand is down here in the Boynton Beach, Delray area. And then we're going to be looking at Westlake, which is over here. Westlake this is where Cresswind is. Last but not least, we're going to be looking over here, which is the Avenir area, which is where you can find Regency. So I'm going to start this video with Cresswind. And the reason I'm going to start there is because the Westlake area as a whole is our most asked about community. And within Cresswind, within Westlake, there is Cresswind, and it is the only 55 plus community in all of Westlake. Last week, I went to an event where the mayor of Westlake was there, and it is incredible what's going on there. They, one of the things he had mentioned, him and actually Minto, who the builder for Cresswind is not Minto. Minto does control the area. They were the original developer in Westlake. But one of the points that came across of all the new permits in Palm Beach County, one third literally are coming from Westlake. I speak to all the builders out there. I speak to the people at Minto and speak to the people at Coulter, the 2 builders there. And I, no, without giving numbers, I'll keep that. I'll keep the privacy of that private. So I will say that I have an eye handle on the numbers, and it is incredible the amount of closings that are taking place in both Cresswind and in Westlake. It's happening all over Palm Beach, but it's especially happening in this area. So if you were to come here to Westlake on the map, and you can see it doesn't really look like there's a lot there. But the truth is, there is. This map is old. I don't know why Google takes so long to update this stuff, but this community, Sky Cove of Westlake, is completely sold out. It just goes to show the homes there are a little bit on the smaller side. Just goes to show the demand that they sold out with literally within 2 years. There's going to be a total of 4,000 homes in all of Westlake, and the only 55 community is one we're going to focus on here, which is Cresswind, Palm Beach. Of the 4,000 homes that are in or planned to be taking place in Westlake, 800 of which are in Cresswind. And in recent count and speaking to the builder, they're a little bit over halfway sold. So they've sold over half the homes. Now, when you go to the community, I did a video on Cresswind recently. When you go to the community, I will warn you that it is a little bit quiet there. And you say, this is halfway sold. Well, the reason why it's just because they're half sold doesn't mean they're half closed on yet. A lot of homes are still being built. What's good about a lot of these communities, this one included at Cresswind, they have a lot of to-be built homes, and they always seem to have quick delivery homes. So if your time frame is right away and/or I have a year, this is a community you want to check out. Westlake as a whole is a sort of a lien HOA, homeowners association fee. I find that in recent years that people are favor that. They like a lien HOA because they want to be able to pay for their own things. Now, people don't necessarily want cable and all this other stuff. They feel like with streaming being a big thing now, that they want to control it. So if you're looking for a HOA with amenities, because they've got a lifestyle director at Cresswind. They've got a lot of stuff going on in their clubhouse. But the HOA, the fee there is of the three, and compared to other 55 plus communities, the HOA fee is lower than the other two for certain. The homeowners association fee today is roughly $350. It also a month. It also has an elaborate clubhouse. Their fitness center is great. They've got like a smart fitness center where you can monitor your progress and how well you're doing day to day in terms of your goals, fitness wise, and so forth. Again, it's quiet in there because a lot of people are not there yet. I did the video. You could see that there wasn't anyone there. It is a big difference compared to the Adventure Park, because this is in Westlake. Minto has the builder there. They're building homes for all age community. And they have it's called the Adventure Park, and it is very, very active. There are kids there, and despite the fact that they have an adult section in the Adventure Park, by comparison, the amenities at Minto's part of Westlake is very different and much more louder. Let's put it that way, than the peacefulness that you find at Cresswind. One thing I like about Cresswind is they have a lot of models there. I think people in general, when they come visit the community, they want to come and they want to see a lot. It's hard for some people to visualize something off a floor plan. So at Cresswind, there are a total of 12 models, which I think is a lot. They have 3 collections, more on that in a minute. And of the 12, they have 10 that you can see literally in person. That brings me to independent representation. If you walk into the sales center on your own, I think you're absolutely crazy. We highly encourage independent representation. All 3 of these builders are very favorable when it comes to working with realtors. Most of the better builders will tell you they encourage us as real estate teams. And here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, we are a new home co-broker. We do a ton of new construction homes. We help people find these communities. We have no bias. So if you're looking at Cresswind or Regency or looking at existing homes, we don't care. We don't care if you pick one or the other. We just want what's best for you. Cost you out of pocket is zero. It is the builder that pays us, and they're happy to do so because they want us to help perhaps people like you invite them to see their beautiful models. We are there for the whole process. We have a transaction coordinating team. We don't just make the introduction, although we do need to be there on your first visit. Very important. We do need to be on the first visit, but we will be there for the introduction. We'll help you look over the contract. We are not lawyers, but we've seen enough of these contracts. I have a transaction coordinating team who will help keep us informed on their timelines and help the builders be accountable. The other thing I find what people do is they sometimes call in ahead of time. They call in or log into their website. Don't do that. I'll tell you why. If you sign in with some of these builders into their website or call ahead, they will automatically assign you to a consultant. You don't want that. I know these builders very well. Again, new home co-broker. I have great relationships with all these builders, and I know who not the right people, but I want a consultant at the builder that's going to work hard for us. And I have people that I know that are really good within the builder. And I want to set you up with the people that are going to help represent you. So come through us. I'll help get you registered, and I'll make sure you speak to the right people at each of one of these builders. We would love to help you. As much as I love to make these videos, as much as our team loves to create these videos, there's nothing we like more than to help you find a beautiful home here in Florida. All right, enough on independent representation. One of the things I like about what they do here at Cresswind is that they have pools in the backyard. A lot of people do come here from the colder part of the country, and when they come down, they want to see what it looks like, what it's going to look like in the summertime, or in the wintertime, rather. We don't close our pools here in South Florida. Having lived in New York myself, every year we had a pool. We had a house up on Long Island, a couple houses in Long Island, and one of them we had a pool, and I had to keep opening it and closing it, and it is expensive. One of the benefits to having a pool here in Florida is we never do close them down. In fact, you can even use them if you have a heater. You can even use them in the month of January here in Florida. So they have 3 collections of homes at Cresswind. They have the key collection, they have the island collection, and they have the coastal collection. It's that middle collection that we here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, when we bring people to this community, that they seem to focus on. The prices are very inexpensive, I find, relative to what you're going to see at other places. This is a Coulter builder. This is a high-end builder. Artistry and Alton are 2 of the other communities that they build all-age homes in the other part of here in the county. And you will find that those homes are in $1 million, or in the millions, $1 million plus. You don't need that kind of money here. Of the 3 communities we're going to discuss here briefly, this is going to be your most affordable. In fact, you can get in comfortably between the lot, the land, and all this stuff. You can comfortably get in this community in the 5s and 600,000s. If you go to their website, it'll say homes starting today at 440,000. Mind you, this is not just with Cresswind and Coulter. All the builders, that's how they frame stuff. It's not taking into account a couple of really important factors. It's not taking into account the options that you're likely to have some. It's also not taking into account the land that you need to purchase to put this on the home. And by the way, and I get this question a lot. No, you cannot buy the land and then look to build later. You buy these two together, but that 440 number, realistically, you're looking at the 5s to start here in Cresswind in Westlake, Florida. Homes will go over $1 million. We just closed on one a few weeks ago that was well in excess of $1 million. Beautiful home, beautiful piece of property. Spent $200,000 on the pool. The pool is beautiful. So you can spend a lot of money, and it's worth it. I find the value that these homes bring is high. Again, they have some high-end stuff in the other part of Westlake too. The Minto in their Atlantic collection, that they have homes starting at $1 million. So if you're worried about maintaining market value, there's good value, I feel, in Cresswind of Westlake, Florida. For that $350 roughly HOA, you get a lifestyle director, you get all kinds of stuff. Two of the things I want to mention here, very, very golf cart friendly. They have one model in particular, in particular that has the only one has a 3-car garage. If that's important to you, that's the one you want to reach out to our team, and I'll tell you which that is. They want it. This community is very golf cart friendly. The other thing that strikes me, it's very dog friendly. So if you want to bring your furry friend as part of the family, this is a community where they have a great dog park. They have one for small dogs. They have one for large dogs. And in general, it is a very favorable community if you are a dog lover. Moving on, let's go to Regency and Avenir. Okay, so we're here in Cresswind. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you get a sense. These are in the Western communities. The only place that there is to build here in this part of Florida, forget about Miami and Broward. There's no place to build there anymore. But in Palm Beach, the only places are really west. So if we go a little bit more north here, north of Westlake, and this area is what's neat about this area is it's in the city of Palm Beach Gardens. So here's Westlake. Right here is Avenir. I got to put it in perspective. This is Avenir. Here's Palm Beach Gardens. If you're in Westlake and you're in Palm Beach Gardens and anywhere in this area, you will find yourself going off into downtown West Palm Beach. There's just a lot to do there. I live in Wellington and I go there a lot. Whether you live in Boynton Beach or Jupiter, or it's sort of the center of Palm Beach. The season, the holiday season in December, the Christmas season, there's just a lot going on there. The sand hill, the sand tree. It's like instead of a Christmas tree, it's a sand castle. There's just a lot of stuff going on there. You will find whether you live in Westlake or whether you live in Avenir or Boynton Beach, where we'll go to Valencia Grand later, you will find yourself going to downtown West Palm Beach every now and again at the very least. So downtown at the Gardens and the Gardens Mall. The Gardens Mall, they say, is the #1 mall in Florida. Don't know. I haven't been to all of them, but I will say in South Florida, in my experience, it is the nicest. And you will take this street, North Lake, to get to Avenir. Again, this map is not as dated a little bit. What's really nice about Avenir is that it's 5,000 acres and only 2,500 is built on. So it is all this up here in this part of the map. This is all going to be walking trails. If you are into hiking and all that stuff, this is a perfect community. The other thing I got to say too is this is a very, very favorable golf cart. If you're a golfer, this is a very favorable community for that. You have this public course, which is called Sandhill Crane, which is adjacent to Regency, which you can literally take your. This is Regency right in here. You can literally take your golf cart over here. They're building this out. This is sort of like the area they're building. They're expanding the whatchamacallit, the public golf course. But also, as importantly, this place here, Panther National, is going to really hold up values in this entire area. Got to say this. I was invited by the builders to see the sort of the Dusty Boots tour for the Panther National. It is incredible. And they're selling like crazy. These are $5 million to $20 million homes. It's a membership community. It costs you, if you buy the house there, it costs you $250,000 to buy membership. If you live outside the community, it's $350,000. They opened it up, $350,000, and they sold out too. They sold them so fast they had to shut it down. This is one of the factors I think that if you're buying an Avenir, it's going to hold up your values. There's about 200 homes around the Panther National course. If you're into exclusive membership golf and whatnot, this is a place that you want to look at. But you know what? If you don't want to spend that money, you will be just as happy. You will be, in fact, ecstatic if you will just go to Sandhill Crane. You can take your golf cart from your home in Regency over to Sandhill Crane. So back to the map here. This is Panther National. Your Regency is right here. It is the builder here is Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers, when they first opened up Avenir. Now, first up, when you come to Avenir, you have these. Look at this stuff. You have these Gothic like entrance. It's like you go in and this is public. So when you go through North Lake, this is not like a closed. This is just the entrance to this exclusive neighborhood. There is a CDD in this neighborhood. So reach out to our team if you want to know what that's involved. There's a fee that you will pay in lieu of a, not in lieu of, but yeah, in lieu of a huge master HOA fee. They have what they call a CDD. Reach out to our team. I'd love to explain what that means. But some people, even the builders, don't explain it well. We do. I understand what this works. We do a lot of business at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. About to say Living in Palm Beach Gardens, because we do a lot of business in Palm Beach Gardens. We do a lot of business in the area, so we understand this. Not all the builders do. Not all the consultants even do. Coral Isles is here. The homes here are $2 to $3 million. So Watermark is where those are the first community to be built in Avenir. It is also a Toll Brother community. It is now sold out. And up here is Regency, and here is the Pearl. The Pearl, I need to talk a little bit about this, but I'm going to get off the map. But this is the clubhouse at Avenir is right here. You can see it here. This is still in its infancy. This is about, I think it's 10 or 11,000 square feet. It is a beautiful clubhouse. It is quiet because not a lot of people live here yet. If you go in there, they will have you sign in today. That's going to probably end. You'll get a fob if you are a resident. This clubhouse is going to take care of all these communities. La Thierry just sold out. Wingate is getting ready to sell out. They're still selling Coral Isles, which is a more expensive collection. But if you live in Regency, you will have the Pearl, which is this right here. And this is 10 or 11,000. This is like 20. No, this is 10,000. Now that I think about it, the clubhouse there, the Pearl right here is 21,000 square feet, and it is the biggest and one of the best clubhouses you will find in Palm Beach, Florida. So it will take a little bit more of a stretch of your budget to go into Regency versus Cresswind. Homes start they tell you if you go to the builder, they tell you it starts around the 900,000s. If you look on their website, they'll lead you to believe it's in the 700,000s. One thing they do at Regency, which you'll figure out if you work with us, we'll give you the insight. They very much encourage you to build a pool. They have two collections. They have the Palms and they have the Trade Winds collection. In the Trade Winds collection, their more expensive collection, believe it or not, even despite the fact they have a huge, just beautiful resort pool in the clubhouse at the Pearl, they have still 3/4 of the homes today have pools in their backyard, have private pools. So despite the fact that they have they have this big amenity center, people are doing it. People are building pools. You can build a pool with this builder. Lots of times you cannot. Today, what they've done is a lot of the builders have stopped offering pools because the cost of material and the labor and whatnot, it's taken longer for the pools to be built, and sometimes the pools take longer than the home, and they don't want to, not close on the house because they're waiting for the pool. So, but at Regency, rest assured, you can build a pool, and they in fact encourage it. The HOA is $404, which is crazy low expensive compared if you go through what the amenities they have at the Pearl. The other thing they do with the amenities is they take care of your lawn, the common areas. They have a golf simulator in there, which is awesome. I mean, you can just go in there and pretend like you're in Pebble Beach and just knock. I'm not a golfer, so I can't really profess to how fun it is. But in any event, I've seen them every time I've gone there. I've seen people fooling around with it. It's really nice. They have wine. They have like a wine storage area there. They have a great fitness center. They have a spa in there that looks amazing. Pretty much they have everything. They have, in addition, adjacent to the pool, they have like the fire pit. They have games. They just have a lot there. I mean, and these videos are great. It gives you guys, if you're from the north or you're somewhere far away, and it gives you a good sense as to what to expect when you come down here. But the truth is, you never, it's hard to really describe it perfectly. Once you come down here, you'll have a whole different appreciation for everything I'm describing. You really need to see it to really appreciate all the value that places like Regency and all three of these communities do bring you. So this community is 469 homes. As of right now, there are 80 closed, so they're still ramping away. They again, it's a little bit quiet because there aren't as many people in there. But I see great progress. We've sold homes in there, and it's one of the nicest 55 plus communities in one of the nicest areas in one of the nicest cities, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Moving on, let's go take a look at maybe one of the grandest 55 plus communities, the community of Valencia Grand in Boynton Beach / Delray Beach, Florida. Of the three communities, you are going to need the healthiest budget for this one. They say to start, if you look at their website, it says it's starting at around the 950,000s. Truth be told, between the lot and everything else, you're looking over $1 million. I think comfortably you want to have a budget of about 1.1, 1.2 to really start looking in there. That's where most of the homes lie. They have 3 collections. Once again, for some reason, the middle collection has the highest demand. The process, I should talk about this. In the other 2 communities, and actually in all 3 communities, you can buy homes. Like you can go in there and actually buy a home. It's not like 2021 where there's lotteries and all that, but there are some releases on high demand models in high demand or lots, the cost of a lot. They do have some sort of process where you do have some competition. Reach out to our team. This process is always evolving. It changes literally week to week. So we speak close, and keep in contact with the builders on a regular basis. So when you watch this video, it might be different than what it is today. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but reach out to our team and we'll elaborate a little bit more about any one of these 3 or any community here in Palm Beach or South Florida and what the process is involved to buying a home in one of these beautiful communities. All right, zooming out, let's go from Avenir and let's go all the way down county to the community of Valencia Grand in the Boynton Beach area. There's a lot of shopping in this area, Boynton Beach. The thing is also, you are so far west and you are so close to Boca Raton and Delray at Valencia Grand that there's just a ton to do here. Downtown Delray Beach, if you haven't seen one of my Delray Beach videos, you have to. There is just the avenue. It's one of the most social scenes in the area, restaurant-wise, and you can take boats out from there, and it's just a ton to do there. But 441, Route 440 road, in some places it's called State Road 7. This is the main road through north to south in the western communities. Boca Bridges, these are going to be your neighbors. They had homes that went in there for $7 million. This Lions Road is like the main drag with all these communities. They have a lot of GL Homes, which is the builder here at Valencia Grand. They've built all this out. Up here is the Canyons, all age communities, all these communities up here. If you come down further, they did the community of Valencia, the Meisner's there too. They did Valencia Sound, which is where they were selling their models out. So along this Lions Road, which sort of GL Homes sort of dominates, one of the other communities they have that's actually just finishing selling is Lotus. It's the original Lotus. They are currently selling Lotus Palm, another all-age community down here, similar prices to Valencia Grand. So they dominate right here. Now Valencia Grand is right here in this area, and let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect if you're buying into Valencia Grand. So Valencia, they have sort of in that area along lines, they sort of have 11, maybe 12 now of Valencias. There's Valencia K, there's Valencia Sound, there's Valencia Reserve, there's a bajillion Valencias. And but they say Valencia Grand is the grandest of them all, and it's sort of true. The clubhouse is bigger than Valencia Sound. They've added more stuff to than Valencia Sound had. So Valencia Grand, you can expect a lot more things. And the area here, that Boynton Beach, Boca Raton, Delray Beach, it's more money. Not just at Valencia Grand is, but the whole southern part of Palm Beach, it costs more money to live in this part of South Florida. They have a total of 704 homes in Valencia Grand, and they were selling at Valencia Sound. So before they even got to the community and opened the models, which I went to their grand opening of the models, it was mobbed. And once they do something like that, sales pick up. So you're sort of, it's not like you're getting at the very end, but if you want to get into this community, now is the time, because this community will not be around forever. There was such a great attendance. They sold, I believe it was like 147 homes of the 700 before they even opened the community up to see the models there. So it suffices to say this community is selling very, very well. They have a total of 10 models there. And one of the things I find about this community, which is interesting, is that this community in general, compared to the northern part, the other two, you have a higher percentage, I find, of snowbirds. Snowbirds are people that move from the north, that live in the north and come down here for this season, which is sort of like October through April. They come here for the winter time. They have favorable rules for snowbirds at Valencia Grand. You can't rent for the first year, but you can rent in subsequent years. And so if you are a snowbird and you want to spend, your season here and rent out for part-time, you can do that. And so what they do is they allow for rent. How should I say? They allow for leases that are less than 1 year, and that's how they allow people to rent and become snowbirds here at Valencia Grand. To give you an idea on the higher end at Valencia Grand, it's the Crown Collection is, even though there's a lot of demand for their middle collection, the higher collection Crown is also in decent demand. I think the top two are higher than the lower ones, believe it or not. They actually have a quick delivery home, the Carmel, which is their biggest model and their most exclusive model. They currently today, which might not be around by the time you see this video, in fact, you'd likely not, but they always have. Reach out to our team. We can give you an idea as to what to expect and what's out there at any given time. But today they have a quick delivery Carmel home at a little bit over 1.6. To get into the Carmel to be built, it's 1.4 and change. After the land and all that, you're looking at around 1.6. So you can literally have, if you put a pool and all this, you have homes. Your home can cost about $2 million. And in general, the higher end homes in Valencia Grand are going to be somewhere in the area of $2 to $3 million. The time to be built, if you want to build from scratch and pick your features and everything of the home, is a little bit over a year. Let's figure a year on the short end. So if you have time, that is an avenue lots of people like to go. This way you get to pick the features of your home. If you are a pickleball person, this is a community for you. They are very competitive when it comes to pickleball here. In fact, their clubhouse that they're building now is going to be have 4 indoor pickle courts. They have outside too, but they have leagues and all this kind of stuff. It's a big deal down here, pickleball. But this community especially, they are going to be, they have 4 indoors, and will have all the other communities come to them in terms of the epicenter when it comes to pickleball here in South Florida. It's really hard to describe. I mean, I did see the amenities over at Valencia Sound. They were killer. They were crazy. And while they're building now the amenities at Valencia Grand, the guidance I've been given is basically just take everything and make it a little bit bigger. So reach out to our team if you want to know more of the specifics. There's nothing I can show you because they're still building it out. But if you go to my Valencia Sound video, actually I did a Valencia Grand video, just Valencia Grand. It was filmed out of Valencia Sound. Some of those amenities there, everything there is going to be just a little bit bigger and a little bit more grander if you buy in Valencia Grand. Here at Living in Palm Beach, we do a lot of new construction. We do a lot of 55 and older communities. If you're looking for the lifestyle, and you're looking at South Florida, and particularly looking at Palm Beach, I would think you owe it to yourself to consider one of these 3 communities. You have Regency, you have Cresswind, you have Valencia Grand, paradise here in South Florida.